Hello everybody, we're back with some more. And last time I need to apologise because of my reading. It took so long to get all the kinks out. Technically the only kinks with my own voice, technically. It was funny at times. The only problem is reading for a very, very long time. And I guess we'll carry on. Now, go hide in the storeroom or something.
わかった。のりこ先生を外におびき出したら、俺の携帯に電話くれるんだったな。
Okay. Be careful when you receive the call, and make sure your phone is on silent.
任せとけって。
Stand beside the windows, alright? So one might see you from the outside.
任せとけっての。京介は心配性だな。
This is gonna go bad. And he's certainly not doing a good job of alleviating my fears, that's for sure. Okay, contact me after you've stolen the key.
オッケーオッケー。速攻連絡するっての。
Not immediately. After you steal the key, leave the school without being spotted, then contact me.
いいへい。
Ichi refused to take this seriously. Well, let's go.
のりこ先生にちゃんと根回ししといてくれよ。
I ignored Ichi's nonsense and headed towards the faculty office. Faculty. As expected, only Miss Noriko remained. Hey, Miss Noriko. You think I could talk to you for a second? Oh no, my cat's making noises. Hope he doesn't go upstairs and try to go off my feet now. She jumped in surprise at an unexpected address, but quickly recovered her mature posture. Oh, composure.
浅井くんだったわね。遅くまで勉強してるのね。
I suppose that would scare anyone to suddenly basically sit up and suddenly some random student sitting next to you. Well, talking to you, I suppose, not sitting next to you. Oh, not at all.
あなたのことは聞いてるわよ。出席日数は思わしくないみたいだけど、
Oh,
成
seriously?
績も優秀で、女の子からの評判もいいみたいじゃない？
I hope that didn't affect it. My virus thing just activated. I hope it didn't affect it. I've heard about... Oh wait, hang on. Did you just say that? Oh! Ignore that. I don't know whether I should keep that in or not. I'll probably have to do that. Sorry about that, everybody. What a straightforward tea! Okay. What a straightforward teacher. It's about... I confirmed the location of the key as I spoke. Just as I had told Ichi, the keys are lined up on the wall behind the math teacher's
どう
desk.
したのかしら？
Now it's time to lead her out of the facility office. Oh wait, this is a good idea. This is a good place to chat.
どうして？ここじゃダメ？誰もいないわよ。
She's a bit suspicious, but that's nothing. There's nothing I wasn't expecting. It's about Ichi. There's something I want to show you.
栄一くん？
Miss Noriko face froze.
見せたいものって？
Wait. Can you come with there? Can you come to the classroom with me? Please. You'll be interested. You'll understand once you get there. I might need to change the writing. It's a different colour because sometimes it blends in with the background. I lowered my head slightly. I heard about him talk about you before. I clenched my fist and spoke in a trembling voice. Ichi may be stupid, and he may and he can be a little rotten at times, but he's not a bad person. I played the part of the nice teenager looking out for a friend. Or his friend, should I say. So, please? Pretty please? After a moment, Miss Nariki stood up.
仕方ないわね。
So far, everything was going according to plan. If I can actually speak properly today. I should probably do this in practice, then I wouldn't mess up. But that's not a good thing either. Anyway, I quickly manipulated the cell phone in my pocket once. I was out of the corridor. Ichi, please don't mess this up. Oh no. Sorry, my cat emerged from the hall. Don't know if he's thinking of coming in this room or not. Right here. I led Miss Noriko into the classroom. I actually wanted to show you Ichi's desk.
机?
Right, you'll know when you see it. It's that one. Miss Noriko seemed apprehensive as she approached Ichi's desk. I started making up stories. So, there's a lot of writing on the desk, right?
何が? まっさらで傷一つない綺麗な机じゃない。
I widened my eyes. What? There's no writing on it?
書いてないわ。
Weird. I pretended to be in panic and averted my eyes. That Ichi. When did he rub it off?
浅井くん、どういうことか説明してもらえる?
Well, Ichi's been thinking about you a lot these days. He'd written, oh, how should I put this? Oh, wait, no, ignore that. He'd written a love confession of sorts on his desk, phrased like, I love you. Sorry. And besides, like, that, we're all there. Okay. And things like that were all over it. It might be a bold-faced lie, but it's fine, as long as I can cover for it somehow later.
本当なの?
Yes. He actually is an innocent and shy person.
そう。
Sorry, I meant to show you this to you sooner. Miss Noriko quietly laughed.
まあいいわ。浅井くんが友達思いなのは分かったから。
No, not really. Really, I'm not. I'm really sorry for dragging you out here for nothing. I wanted to see it when nobody was here in the classroom. I pointed out the reason for the school being at school at this hour. Just please consider about Ichi. I didn't forget to help Ichi out.
気持ちは分かったわ。でも、私、本当は他に好きな人がいるのよ。
Dun 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 dun. Oh, is that so? Cry Ichi.
ごめんなさいね。
No, it's okay. Ichi should be done by now. It's time for me to it's time for me to leave. I apologize for bringing such a sad circumstances to your attention. Miss Naoku smiles gently as she watches me to go. Well, that takes care of that. The streets may be crowded, but tonight is especially cold.
ああ、京介、待たせたな。
The pitiful Ichi finally arrived. How'd it go?
バッチリだ。
He relieved the 2 keys. Seems like he's got the master key too. I'll take care of them. Nobody saw you, right?
大丈夫だって。
Shouldn't that have been a bit more? The translation might not be always correct. Especially if it just was like 1 or 2 words. Did you do anything unnecessary in the faculty office? Like, search through Miss Noriko's desk?
してないって。
Oh, God. Well, we'll be suspended if you were caught, you know.
信用しろよ。
I don't trust you. I'm still a bit worried. Oh well, I can't wait until tomorrow comes.
そうだな。
In the middle of the crowd, we burst into chuckles. The 3rd lesson tomorrow is physical education. I can already see it now. The devastated look on Cannon's face.
ていうか寒くね。雪降るんじゃないのこれ。
Itchy sniffled, his red ears quibbling.
帰るわ。風邪ひきそうだし。
Oh wait, Ichi. Come on! Did I select you? While we're on Central Boulevard, I might as well ask him ask him. Have you heard of a group called The Boys? Ichi tilted his head and thought for a moment.
ああ、今超有名だよね。あいつらがやるイベントは当日チケット買えないって話じゃん。今じゃどこの箱からも引っ張りだこだって。
Well, it's supposed to be some sort of band. I can't remember from the last episode if it was a band or... I think it was some sort of club, wasn't it? Yeah. A club called The Boys, or a band called The Boys. I guess they couldn't really think of a name, so they just said The Boys. Do you know any of the members' names?
なんか6人いるって聞いたよ。
Who's the leader?
ああ、よく知らんね。たださ、
But...
リーダーは人前には出ないんだって。普通イベントやる前にはトップが挨拶するもんだけど、そういうのもないみたいだし。
Nobody's ever seen him.
さすがに幹部は顔知ってるんじゃないかな。でも、なんでそんなこと知りたがるの？
Actually, the girl I'm with right now likes these kinds of bands. Or clubs. I guess there's a club. I keep wanting it to be a club for some reason. Not club, but band.
ああ、京介みたいなチャラ男なら、俺に聞かないでも知ってるかと思ってた。
Nah, I appreciate the info. The boss never shows up, will he? If there are 6 members, though, at least one of them must be a contact with him. Well, then my course is clear. If Gonzo's group captures one of the members, the person will spit out the information quickly. To Gonzo, this is as humiliating as putting mud on one's face. He'd have the kid tortured for it. Looks like I won't even be needed. Good. Some dark things in this, isn't there? Don't freeze now, come on.
じゃあ、また明日な。
That was very weird. Yeah, I'll be a bit late tomorrow. I have to visit the hospital first thing in the morning.
え？精神科とか？
Ichi's joking. You got me. Truth be told, though, I really am going to meet someone from that field.
いいな、京介は。俺もいっぱい絡ませたいぜ。
Oh, we're back onto this talk, I see. He thinks that I'm meeting someone from OBCYN. Ichi finally heads out towards the bus station. If you could only if you only counted appearances, that guy would have been as cute as an angel. Well, now's the time to don my other personality. I thought that the family business as I made phone calls one by one. I haven't taken part in any illegal dealings. We're trying to give the semblance of a legit company, after all. And we don't want the police to pick up on anything funny. What did I even say? Did I say legit company? I hope I did. For example, I might provide snacks, towels, ice, handkerchiefs, plants, and artwork to hotels, fast food, restaurants, pubs, clubs, etc. Now, maybe minor accessories, but they still make a great profit when they start adding up. Central Boulevard is known for its great services targeting the younger generation. To a mafia company like the Azai Corporation, that runs on both clean and dirty businesses, that's a treasury of power. The Azai Corporation has the biggest stake in Central Boulevard right now. I know what it means, but still. But the organizations from Kasai, consume everything, are starting to set their eyes on it once again. I don't know why I had to say that, I just want to. So we have to stay alert. Right. In order to increase sales in the industry, a little competition would be profitable. So we shouldn't push Kotani under too hard. Are these any outstanding issues that need to be dealt with? It's so easy to read the stuff in your head, but when you have to read it out in the open, it's so annoying. True. My father is a horrifying monster, but the Azai Corporation is not. Only the Demon Lord in some video game would actually relish in destroying the world. Come to think of it, there's still Shitori Mizuha. Yes, thanks for the help so far. Now there's another issue. Shitori scorns me because she holds an issue with my alleged mafia work at such an young age. Anyone with an honest job would be shocked after finding out what I really did. But it isn't unusual for violent groups to use young people. They're young, full of energy, ignorant, and rash, just like me, I guess. And most importantly, they're protected by the law if when anything goes sour. As the vanguard for violence, there is probably no better choice. The small difference between me and the rest of them, though, is that Gonzo doesn't treat me as a bullet. My job's not using my body, but my mind. From the day I was adopted, Gonzo provided me with everything I needed. He even gave me an opportunity to get an education. Everything I could imagine was at my fingertips, was utterly obtainable. However, Gonzo recorded every last penny he ever spent on me. Not just food, water, either. His criticism ranged from the rent of my tiny room to the cost of my office furniture, even down to the single sheet of tissue. Anything related to life was changed to a form of debt to him. All the costs compounded by a steep interest forced me to use my mind to achieve its ends. Right. Well, I'll talk to you again soon. The call ended. I sat quietly under the dim streetlights. Nearly every problem in the world can be solved with money. Take Central Boulevard, for example. As very oh god, I was going so well. Its very composition is undeniably entwined with the almighty yen. Cell phones ringing everywhere, women with brand names dresses. There's a road repair project underway as the end of the year. Even early winter's cold night sky is engulfed by the aura of the Sano Corporation building. It's really annoying trying to say that. I'll crush all of this. Then, at the exact moment I whispered this to myself. Well, this is what happens when you talk to yourself. You don't want other people to hear you. When did she appear? Yuzami stood in front of me before I knew it. Oh, Yuzami, you sure are playing around quite late, aren't you?
ああ、違います。昼間も言いましたけど、バイトです。バイトの帰りです。
Really? What would that job be?
それでちょっとお願いなんすけど。
You weren't listening, were you? I really don't like this girl.
あ、すいません。自分よく人をダウンな気分にさせるみたいなんで。ダウナー系の界隈ではブイブイ言わせてる方なんで。いや、本当は人混みとか苦手なんすよ。背筋とか丸まっちゃって、下見て歩いてるもんだから、歩道の白線とかずっと数えちゃうんすよ。
Okay. What are you trying to say?
あ、果物屋です。自分主にバナナ売ってます。
Okay, are they trying to make this really dirty? Enough, I understand. So, what do you want? Yuzami tilted her head.
携帯電話貸してもらえませんか?
My cell phone? You don't have one?
はい。自分電話とか苦手なんで。
It's not just calls. You're not used to communication itself, are you?
いや、それはないっす。
Clearly she doesn't know the first thing about herself.
バイト先に財布忘れちゃって、早く連絡しないとお店閉められちゃうと思うんで、すいません、唐突で。
Something's not right here. This annoying woman is trying is she trying to check my call logs behind the guise of a long conversation? Ah, sorry.
はい。
I don't have my cell phone with me at the moment right now.
持ってない。
Yuzami's eyes widened as if she was shocked to the bone. I think I dropped it an hour ago. I'm actually looking for it right now. Her pure eyes twinkled.
それは嘘だ。
Interesting name, Mistrust. What? Yuzami's focus slowly moved from my eyes to the right.
寒いですよね。
Thing is, you can already tell what type of girl she is. Since she's the main character, she's going to be one of those characters who will act like this most of the time, and then surprise us later on. But then we don't really know her full story.
私なんか、耳まで真っ赤です。
I see.
けれど、あなたは左の耳しか赤くない。これはつまり、ついさっきまで何かが右の耳に触れていたということだ。
I was trying to think of something that could actually... What if he's like... Okay, I can't think of an excuse. I give up. You win. I'm part of an evil organization. I am fit to destroy the world. Oh, at least... Japan. This girl is pretty sharp. Okay. So, sorry. I just wanted to fool around with you. Don't glare at me like that.
いえいえ、自分も冗談です。 右の耳だけ寒さに強い体質なんで、とか言われたら、ギャグで終わってるところでした。
Sorry. I made my usual slack smile.
いい。
Yuzami also made a creepy smile. I wonder if she has like that one of those massive smiles that reach from like from ear to ear. Oh, that'd be very creepy. I handed my cell phone over. Yuzami started dialing immediately.
あ、バイトの宇佐美です。ええ、サラサラロングヘアの宇佐美です。店長まだいらっしゃったんですね。よかったっす。
She returned to her lazy mood. The more I learn about her, the wilder she gets. Though I will admit that she's a genius at making others feel nervous. Or is it only me that she affects so strongly? I feel like that stare of hers sees everything within me.
どうも、終わりました。
Oh, found your wallet?
ありました、ありました。店が終わってバナナを冷蔵庫にしまうときに落としちゃったみたいですね。店長が拾っておいてくれましたよ。
You're pretty clumsy.
バイトでもかなりどやされてますよ。自慢じゃないっすけど。
Guess this happens a lot then. She started scratching her head lazily.
それじゃ、この度はお手数をおかけしまして。
Izami turned her back towards me and continued forward. So, what's your real job?
はい？
Izami turned around. It might not have been my imagination, but Izami seemed a little happy. Working at a fruit stall is a lie, isn't it? Jeez.
どういうことっすかね。
What's her motive? To keep the flavor properly? One could never refrigerate bananas. That's even more crucial as a salesman than a consumer. She must. Oh no, I skipped it.
そうっすね。その通りっす。バレちゃいましたか。浅井さんって賢いっすね。何気ない会話の中で嘘を見抜くなんて。
Don't fuck with me. Ha! And you, Azami, are such a interesting person. So basically, she's never actually had any intention of borrowing my cell phone.
あ、いやいや、ほんとすいません。バイト先は内緒ってことで。
Why is she trying to get close to me?
でも、せっかく浅井さんとたくさんお話できましたし、せっかくついでに、一つだけいいっすかね。
Here it comes. What is it? The next point will be a crux of the conversation.
いや、大したことじゃないんすけど。
Izami straightened her back slowly as she spoke.
魔王、知らないか？
Do we know about Maou, the devil? Interesting. We're gonna get into something really interesting now. Time to stretch back and enjoy a bit of reading. Oh God, there's a moth in my room. Oh God, it's huge. Where's my cat when I need it? Why can't you eat it, Spook? Eat it. Eat it. Oh God, it's gonna keep coming towards my screen whenever I'm trying to play now, aren't I? Isn't it? Isn't it? Go away, go away, go away. Okay, stay up there. Huh? It's not a word one hears often, so I thought I had misheard her. Izami glared at me with stern eyes. What's Maou? Some demon lord in an RPG video game?
ゲームといえばゲームかもしれない。
I'm not sure what you mean. If you're looking for a game walkthroughs, wouldn't it be better to search on the net?
インターネットで所在がわかるほど簡単な敵じゃない。
Enemy?
敵だ。
The lazy ambience which had dominated the conversation up until now disappeared in an
わ
instant.
からないか？
Why would I?
私は魔王を追ってこの町に来たんだ。
Are you serious? He might be working in McDonald's. That's the last place I saw him. If so, then the only thing I can think is that you're a bit mad.
要件はそれだけだ。
Huh?
私は魔王を探している。それをお前に知っておいてもらいたかった。
I had no reply. Nevertheless, Izami's eyes reflected something beyond mere determination. They reflected absolute hatred.
邪魔をしたな。
And she has a darker side than I realized. Wow. Her footsteps vanished into the crowd of the central boulevard. Izami is looking for someone called Maou. She's probably referring to a specific person. Something feels wrong. Izami may be a strange woman, but she's clearly smart enough to be aware of what she's doing. So then, why would she say something about that would arouse suspicious of insanity? And why would she say it to me? Time to go home. Even if I think about it, I'll just come up with nothing. Nothing except Yazami Haru called herself Hero. The hero versus the devil. A being of justice that subdues the strong and helps the weak. You don't find those kinds of people in if such an extraordinary exception existed. I'd like to see it. It gets on my nerves, even if it was just a joke. And as for me, I'd rather play the role of the devil. Oh, the writing's strong up there now. Oh no, we're going into this massive conversation now, aren't we? Oh, no. Please. Oh well. Once it's done, it's done. I might be near the end of the chapter. If that's true, that means we're one step closer to relationships. I think. Since it says chapter 1, meaning there has to be other chapters. At this time of day, I got to see it. The region of downtown Tambatsu City, called Central Business, was enveloped in the darkness of night. Row upon a row of colossal buildings sheltered the deserted streets from the cold winter air. Still, even wild dogs and homeless stayed away from Central Business. The offices of hundreds of powerful companies lined up against each other within the single between the single district. The office of a hundred powerful companies. Wait, did I just read that? Yeah. During the business hours, famous celebrities would from all around the world pass through this area and invariably show up on the media. Some magazines have gone as so far as to call Tambatsu Central Business the second largest Japanese economic powerhouse following Tokyo's business district. In the region's center lies an especially eye-catching enormous high-rise, a gargantuan tower with 50 stories above ground and 60 beneath. Wow! Wait, that is mad. Whoa! It was designed for the purpose of overlooking the entire city in mind, a purpose not unlike that of the company it houses. The headquarters of the Sano Corporation, one of Japan's top conglomerate. I don't want to say this word. Conglomeraries, blah blah blah. I'll keep trying. When the other officers went into slumber, only the firm remained awake. In that they acquired intelligence from agencies all around the world, the data simply couldn't be processed without a 24-hour work schedule. Oh, wait, is that us? In the deepest part of the building stood Maou. Okay, it's not us. But if you remember from that image in the past, we actually have the same type of hair as him. Weird. Mind you, I'm guessing there are probably other people that look exactly the same as that. Unless that is us, we're just thinking. I don't know. In the deepest part of the building stood Maou. The 7th floor beneath the surface. A floor which should not have existed at all. The hidden chamber. It belonged to the Senjou Corporation, yes, but only a very select few were allowed to enter. The average employee would not even be aware of its existence. The building had more security systems installed than any other in the central business. Surveillance cameras and metal detectors, they had it all. The only access to this room was an elevator led directly to the ground floor. From emergencies, triple reinforced glass separated the elevator's door and the entrance to the secret room.
この部屋では、たとえ人が死んだとしても、秘密裏に処理されるのでしょうな。
That's a very deep voice. A lone male said this. A man in a doubled layer suit who looked to be somewhere in his 50s. A few strands of grey popped out from his head of neatly combed hair. His Senjou Corporation ID badge reflected a dull light, unclear to the dim fluorescent lamp.
こんな時間に呼び出してすまないね。だが、私だって時間を割いているということを理解してもらいたい。
The man's tone betrayed his strong confidence. His name was Samia. As some Maou Corporation Director of Senior Management and Head of the Corporate Strategy, he holds absolute power in this company. A single order from this man could cause the Nikkei index to fluctuate. A single phrase could drive an employee to take his own life. Nevertheless, Maou merely stared blankly at the wall before him.
君が経営企画室の影のブレーンとして我々に意見するようになってそろそろ1年になるかね。
The strategist. Rather than nodding, Maou calmly refined his position.
はじめはどこの馬の骨かと思ったよ。社長の推薦とはいえ、設立80年の歴史を誇る山王物産によそ者が紛れ込んでいるのだからね。
He's beating it around the bush. Perhaps the particular tendency comes with the territory of someone working in that trade business. Maou looked at Samia emotionlessly.
確かに君の活躍は目覚ましい。君のおかげで我が社はそれまで河川市場だった軍事産業に食い込むことができた。また大幅な人員削減によっていわゆる大企業病からの脱却を図ることもできた。さらに
He showed no sign of stopping the praise. However, Maou already sensed the truth lying behind Samoya's words. Thus, he finally began to speak.
私の力はもう不要だとおっしゃりたいのでしょう。
His quiet voice went straight to the point. Samoya went silent.
私の指図であなた方は動き、莫大な利益を得た。だが同時に、とても世間に公表できないような計画も断行してしまった。
我が社は多くのリスクを抱え込んでしまったのだよ。
私のせいで？
君のその悪魔的な頭脳のせいで。
Samoya's lips quivered. Mao knows. Samoya may be in a position of power within a enormous company, but that only applies to working of the company itself. I'll be back now. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that, there was someone at the door. Did I really read this bit? I better just read it now. Samaya's lips quivered. Maou knows. Samaya may be in a position of power within an enormous company, but that only applies to working of the company itself. With respect to the illegal acts planned by Maou, he was a mere greenhorn.
率直に言おう。南米に飛んでもらいたい。
South America.
暖かいですな。
Mao let a subtle laugh escape his lips. Samaya tried to smooth things
そ
over.
こでしばらく身を隠して、ほとぼりが冷めるのを待ってもらいたいのだ。
暖かいですな。
そう、暖かい場所だよ。現地では豪勢な社宅を用意してやる。苦労はさせないつもりだ。
I wonder how warm it is there. I'm expecting very warm, but still. Mao shook his head.
違います。
何が違うのかね。
あなたが温室育ちだと言いたいのですよ。
Samaya cringed as if he bit his tongue. Yeah, we all had that feeling probably in the past.
私を本当に邪魔だと言うならば、もっとやり方があるでしょ
やり方だと？
Yorigoto! Just then the elevator doors opened. A man in white entered. Samaya's face turned to the east side. He welcomed the man with his eyes that cried for help.
紹介しよう。こちらは桑島君。
He was a young man that who looked to be in his mid-20s. He was pale and frail looking, but his eyes seemed to glow with an eerie sheen. He seemed like the type that would be more at home in a laboratory than any business enterprise.
我が社の新しいコンサルタントだ。ボストンで勉強していたのを無理を言って来てもらったのだ。
私の後任というわけか。
大学ではゲーム理論を学んでました。
Kashomima, I think that's how it's said, spoke with a husky voice.
魔王
A
と呼ばれて
husky.
いるそうですから、どんな方かと楽しみにしてましたが、意外とお若いんですね。僕は26ですが、ひょっとしてそれより下ですか？
ゲーム理論の専門家にしては、自分の情報をペラペラと喋る。
あなたのことは、染谷室長から聞いてますよ。
Mao took a look at Samoya. That motion alone filled Samoya with fear.
桑島君はすでに社内の人間だ。君のことを話しても構わんだろう。
社内の人間。なるほど。山王物産ほどの大企業は、私のような得体の知れない人間の手を借り続けるのは居心地が悪いのでしょうな。
派遣交代というわけですよ。山王はこれから僕の手で クリーンに生まれ変わるんです。
Kawashima continued his pretentious speech. Mao didn't hate young men who were blinded by pride. He smiled as he thought, "Oh, come, lovely child."
なんだ、僕のどこがおかしいんだ。
君は秀才であるのかもしれない。だが、実績はまだないのだろう。
Kawashima sneered.
いいか、企業戦略は理論だ。実績なんて後からついてくる。最新の理論を持つ僕が華々しい功績を上げるであろうことは、すでに数値的には証明されているんだ。
頼もしいな。
Mao slowly walked towards Kashinima.
一つ、ゲームをしよう。
ゲーム？
君が勝てば、私は潔く身を引こう。採用試験と受け取ってもらっても構わない。
Kashinima smiled at Mao and smiled as Mao
いい
finished.
でしょう。で、どんなゲームですか？
Mao stretched his left arm and held it out before Kashima. He spread out each finger and pointed at the man before him.
君も同じように指を広げてくれ。
Oh no. I don't like the sound. I don't like where this is going. I hate things with fingers. Yeah. It's like spiders. Technically fingers have nothing to do with spiders. I just hate spiders. Personal notive. Kashinima held out his left hand.
ここに、私と君の分を足して10本の指がある。
魔王といえども指は5本なのですね。
Mao counted calmly, ignoring Kashinima's mockery.
ルールは簡単だ。これから我々は交互に空いている右手を使ってこの10本の指を折ってゆく。
逐次定番ゲームですか。かなりの得意分野ですよ。
自分の番が来たら指を2本折ってもいいし、1本折ってもいい。ただし、指は私と君のを交互に折らなければならない。
1本、あるいは2本ですね。最終的に最後の指を折ったプレイヤーが勝ちというわけですか？
察しがいいな。何か質問は？
I thought it was going to be more of a painful game where you have to bend the fingers back. Oof. Just the thought of that just feels painful. Then Kashinima quietly chuckled. He was trying to conceal his amusement. It seemed that his laughter was directed at what he considered to be his opponent's stupidity.
提案ですがね、魔王。
何かな？
僕が先行でいいですか？
Mao nodded. Kashinima smirked as his proposal was
その
approved.
代わり、私からも提案だ。
何でもどうぞ。
各プレイヤーに与えられる制限時間は20秒としようか。
20秒。10秒もいりませんよ。
10秒でいいのか？
ええ。
本当に？
しつこいな。さっさとやりましょうよ。
Mao and Kashinima faced each other. Each spread his hand and straightened his fingers.
ではゲームを開始しますよ。僕が先行でしたね。
Kashinima bent his thumb with his finger tight down. What am I even saying? Right. Kashinima bent his thumb with his right finger. Hand.
まずは1本ですね。
Since they began with Kashinima's thumb, the person who bends Mao's little finger will be the winner. Maou bent his own thumb, and Kashinima's index finger.
君の番だ。制限時間は10秒だったな。
Kashinima bent Mao's index finger with a confident look on his face.
1本でいいのかな？
ええ、僕の勝利は決まっていますから。
Mao bent two fingers during his next turn, Kashinima's middle finger and his own. Kashinima chuckled afterward.
笑わせないでくださいよ、魔王。
どうした？
これはいわゆる先に10といったもん勝ちのゲームだ。必勝法は中学生でも知っていますよ。
Kashinima touched his own finger as he laughed, uncontrollably.
僕のこの薬指はゲームにおける7番目の指です。このゲームは後ろから解いていけばいいのです。自分が10本目を折るためには
ほう。
7を折るためには4を、4を折るためには1を。つまり先行を取ったプレイヤーが必ず勝つんですよ。
Mao listened to Kashinima's explanation quietly.
なぜなら僕が7本目の指を折った場合、魔王は8本目のみ、あるいは8本目と9本目の指を折ることしかできませんからね。魔王が8本目のみを折った場合、僕は9、10と。魔王が8本目と9本目を折った場合、僕は10本目を折ることができます。
They just speak a lot, don't they? Then Kashinima pulled down his seventh finger, his own ring finger down.
君の語りが長いので制限時間はとっくに過ぎてしまった。
Mao said calmly.
君の負けだと言いたいところだが、一度は許そう。
さすがは魔王。寛大な処置をありがとうございます。
だが、二度はない。ゲームを続ける。
ゲーム続行ですって。僕の説明が理解できなかったのですか？
Three fingers remained. The eighth, Mao's ring finger. The ninth, Kishinima's little finger. And the 10th, Mao's little finger.
あなたはバカですか？僕が7本目の指を折った以上、どうやったってあなたの負けなんですよ。
勝負というものは最後までわからない。
Sounds like the winner is the person who puts down their seventh finger. Close enough to that. Mao put down his ring finger. And then stretched his right hand over towards Kashinima's pinky.
わからない人だな。染谷室長、これで僕を。
I keep skipping things. I keep thinking that he finished talking and they don't. Kashinima was drunk on his victory, but then it happened. Suddenly, Kashinima screamed. He didn't clearly understand what had just happened. But his suffering shock were playing on his face.
何を
As opposed to the panic Kashinima, Mao didn't make the slightest reaction.
綺麗に折れたろ？
Wait a sec.
実際に経験したことがあればわかるだろうが、小指が折れてもさほど苦痛はないものだ。
Kashinima's face turned pale. His finger was pointing in the impossible direction. I knew something bad was gonna happen. It was no doubt a shock to a researcher like Kashinima. Mao had truly bent his pinky.
さて、君の番だ。制限時間は10秒でいいんだったな。
Kashinima didn't respond. Instead, he bent the hand down and shivered shivering in pain.
二度はないと言ったはずだぞ。10本目。私の小指を折れば君の勝利ではないか？
Oh, no. Ah. So at some point, something happened to his finger. I don't really know when. And as soon as he has to bet it back, there's just going to be a whole lot of pain. And you know how everyone's reaction to pain is. You don't want it. Unless you're like a masochist. Or, I guess you know. Tashinima's already abandoned all thoughts about the game. The match was decided. Maou put down his arm and spoke to the man before him as he whimpered like a little small
君
animal.
が戦略家として使い物になるかどうかは初手で見極めがついていた。
Maou continued his speech without a shred of pride at his victory.
君の言う通り、このゲームは先行を取った者が必ず勝つゲームだ。誰でも知っているが、誰でも知っているからこそ裏を読まなければならなかった。
Kushinima's face lurched as he blocked his forehead with his back of his hand. He has already understood his complete failure.
君はまず初手で私の親指をへし折るべきだったのだ。小指と違って親指はかなり応える。だから私は20秒の制限時間を提案した。指を骨折した苦痛と衝撃に耐えるのに20秒程度の時間が欲しかったのだ。
そんな、何のためらいもなく人の指を折るなんて。
何のためらいもなく人を傷つけることができなければ企業戦略家は務まらない。我々の一言で会社が倒産し一家が離散し自殺する。
I think I
ま
get
とも
it.
な常識のある人間にとっては抵抗感のある仕事だ。
So during one of those turns, Maou broke his finger? Is that what they're getting at? Well, am I missing something completely? Maou glanced at Seymour and Semiya, standing in the corner of the room like a decoration.
染谷室長、お分かりか？
I can imagine him just being like I don't know, it could be something like a potted plant in the corner, just standing there, hands to soul to soul, hand to waist or whatever. Sweat started pouring down Samia's forehead, as if he just now realized how terrible, powerful Maou really
私が
was.
邪魔者で企業にとって不必要だと判断したのならば南米に飛ばすなどという暴挙はやめた方がいい。それは非常に手ぬるい選択だ。なぜなら私にはまだこの会社を使ってやるべきことがある。私が会社にもたらした利益に見合うだけの報酬を受け取っていない。不当な扱いを与えられるのならば私は全力をもって山王物産に復讐するでしょう。
わかった。
Samir raised his arms nervously. Maou continued closing in.
あなたはおっしゃったでしょう。この地下室ではたとえ死人が出ても秘密裏に処理されるのだと。
わかったと言っているじゃないか。
私を殺しなさい。それが一番確実ですよ。
やめてくれ。
Maou now knows how to control his fellow man. He simply causes pain without hesitation. Samir and Kashinima can't do this. Just now, Maou demonstrated this lethal distinction. This distinction and the magnificent, overwhelming strength of violence.
悪魔め。
Samir cursed was only a compliment to Maou. I guess it's not the end yet. Alright. Should I carry on? I feel like I kind of need to now because I had that bit of a break. I'll be back in a minute. I need to get myself a drink because my throat's feeling parched. Parched.